Hey everybody, it's me Ash, and today I am here with a little bit of a project share. But before I get into it, I kind of want to give you the backstory about it. It's about my grandpa, and sadly he passed away, I want to say 10 years ago. Um, but my grandpa, I'm on my front porch because has something to do with outside. My grandpa was my best friend, my biggest supporter, my hero, my everything. And he served in World War II. He was in the Air Force, and his plane was shot down, and he ended up getting injured for that. So, he received the Purple Heart Medal and stuff like that. And, well, my grandpa was a very strong-willed man and very into patriotism. Sorry, can't talk today. Um, and he tragically, passed away from throat cancer, and he was never sick. He never got sick. And just one day he got a sore throat, and he went to the doctor, and they said he had strep throat. So, they put him on antibiotics. Well, about a month being on antibiotics, it was not going away. So, my grandma took him to an ears, nose, and throat doctor where they found that he had cancer in his throat and the back of his tongue. They gave him options to, get a trach and do chemo and stuff like that, but at this point in time, my grandpa was 96 years old, and he felt that he's seen the world, he did his good deeds and stuff like that, so he opted out of doing that. And within a couple weeks, he wasn't able to breathe right or even eat. He was getting malnutritioned and stuff like that because it kept growing. So he went into the hospital and sadly passed away pretty quickly. But we had this bell in his front yard, and it's big of it's huge, and you guys will see it in a little bit. But it was a big part of my childhood memory, and it's something that I wanted eventually to keep in the family. Well, my grandma a couple years ago got really sick, and she ended up in a nursing home out this way, and my mom and her ex-husband ended up getting the bell. And sadly, grandma passed away 2 years ago, and my mom and her ex-husband went through a divorce. Well, my mom didn't take the bell, and I also want to make it clear, this is my dad's parents. My dad lives in Key West, Florida, so my mom kind of stepped up to the plate and, helped with his parents and his brother that's handicapped due to a motorcycle accident. So my mom and her husband got a divorce, and it was a pretty, bad divorce. They don't talk to each other, some name calling happened and stuff like that. Well, my ex-stepdad decided to sell his house, and he said if I wanted the bell, then, I got to pay for what they put into the bell to have it. So I was able to come up with that money quickly, which was a couple $100s, to get this bell, because if I didn't, it was going to be sold with the house, and I just didn't feel like this is the only thing I have left of my grandpa, and I really, no amount of money. If he would have told me, $1,000, I would have paid that for the bell, because I just feel like it should have stayed in the family. Now it's a very old bell, very big bell, so it's very hard to move. It weighs a few 100 pounds. So yeah. But anyways, when I got the bell, I have a picture of what it was when I got it, so I can show you, because I repainted it in honor of my grandpa. I'm trying to get this up on my phone. There we go. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but the very base was black, the middle was red, and the top was silver. But this is like the first coat of white paint that I put on it. So very big, heavy cast iron bell. Um, so that's what it looked like when I got it. And I felt, you know what, that is not, that's something that it looked old and run down. And yes, it is a very old bell, but I didn't want it to look old and run down. So I wanted to do something to honor my grandpa, and I painted it. And I'm going to take you over here so you can see it. And then I'll also ring it for you guys. So I painted the bottom blue and the middle part red, and then on the top is white that says "Let Freedom Ring." And I just felt like it was a good way to honor my grandpa, since he did serve this country and he was very proud of doing so. So this is the childhood bell that I would always, and it was in their front yard as well, and I would always, every single time I went over there, I would swing on it and ring it. And so I'm going to go ahead and give it a good ring for you guys to see how loud it is. So if you're sensitive to noise, please beware. This is going to be extremely loud. So it's very heavy, so you gotta really push on it. So that's what the bell sounds like, and every time I ring it, it's just like comforting to me, and I just love it so much. But that's what I wanted to show you guys today. It's a beautiful day here in Ohio, so I'm going to be working on my flower beds and getting some mulch down so that everything will come together with my grandpa's beautiful bell. And until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you later. Bye.